The rain wouldn't stop. It fell hard against the cracked pavement where a little girl named Lila stood clutching a half-torn paper with the name of a pharmacy scribbled on it. Her shoes were soaked, her hands trembling, not from the cold, but from fear. Her mother was sick again. The doctor said the medicine would help, but they didn't have enough money. So Lila, barely 8, stood near a busy street hoping someone, anyone, would listen. When she saw a tall man step out of a sleek black car, she ran up, her tiny voice trembling. "Sir, please, can you help me? My mom needs medicine." The man, dressed in a tailored gray suit, paused. He was Ethan Cole, one of the city's most powerful CEOs. He glanced down, brows furrowed. Most people ignored her, but something about the little girl's eyes stopped him cold. They looked familiar. He knelt down. "Where's your mom?" "In the old house near Maple Street," she whispered, clutching her coin jar. "I just need $20 more." Ethan felt a strange pull in his chest. That street name, Maple, stabbed at memories he'd buried long ago. A woman he once loved. A promise he'd broken. "All right," he said softly, handing her a crisp bill. "Take me to her." Lila's eyes lit up. She didn't know she had just taken the hand of the man who had unknowingly walked away from her life 8 years ago. Ethan followed Lila through the wet streets, the city lights reflecting off puddles like tiny stars. She chattered nervously about her mother, about school, about how she tried to earn coins by selling flowers and washing cars. Every word tugged at a part of him he thought he had long buried. When they arrived at the small, crumbling house, Ethan's heart sank. The peeling paint, the broken windows, and the soft coughs echoing from inside painted a picture of struggle he had never truly witnessed. Lila rushed in, calling out, "Mom! I got the money!" Her mother, frail and pale, looked up from the worn armchair. "Lila?" she whispered, weak but smiling. Ethan stepped in cautiously, feeling out of place in his sharp suit among the faded furniture. As he watched the little girl hand the medicine to her mother, he felt a strange warmth, a deep sense of familiarity, and then a memory surfaced, soft laughter, tiny hands reaching for his, a promise made to a woman he had loved long ago. The room fell silent for a moment. The mother's eyes widened as she studied him. Something about his face, his eyes, the way he carried himself, felt hauntingly familiar. I think I know you," she murmured. Ethan's throat went dry. I think I might be your father," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. Lila froze, eyes wide. "My real dad?" she asked, hope and disbelief mixing into one innocent gaze. The mother nodded slowly, tears forming. Yes, it's you." Ethan knelt down again, this time holding both mother and daughter's hands. The city outside faded away. For the first time in years he felt the warmth of family he didn't know he had lost, and the weight of his absence crushed him. Ethan stayed seated on the worn sofa, staring at the small family before him. Lila's mother, Clara, trembled as she held the medicine close, her eyes never leaving his. "Why now?" she asked softly, a mix of anger, sadness, and relief in her voice. I made mistakes," Ethan said, his voice breaking. "I thought I was doing the right thing at the time, but I left. I never meant to hurt you or her," he said, glancing at Lila. Lila stepped forward, holding his hand with the trust only children possess. "It's okay," she whispered. "All I wanted was my mom to get better. And now you're here." For the first time in years, Ethan saw the life he had missed, not the meetings, the deals, or the skyscrapers, but simple moments, bedtime stories, scraped knees, laughter echoing in the kitchen. The realization hit him like a lightning bolt: family mattered more than all his wealth combined. Clara looked at him, tears streaming down her face. "You don't have to fix the past, Ethan. Just be here now." Ethan nodded, a lump in his throat. He handed Clara a small envelope of money, not just for medicine, but for groceries, bills, anything she might need. "Consider this a fresh start," he said. Lila hugged him tightly, her tiny arms wrapped around his neck. "I've always wished for you," she said softly. And now, you're here. Ethan felt a swell of emotion he had never known. The city outside continued its endless hum, but inside that small living room, time seemed to pause. A stranger he had accidentally helped became his daughter, and through her, he found the family he thought he had lost forever. And in that moment, he realized that true wealth is measured not by money, but by love, presence, and the lives you touch. The next morning, the sun streamed through the cracked curtains, bathing the little house in golden light. Lila and her mother were sitting at the small kitchen table, finishing breakfast, while Ethan quietly brewed tea. It felt ordinary, yet every moment was extraordinary. Ethan watched Lila chatter about school and her small adventures, her laughter filling the room. He realized he had missed years of this simple, pure joy, years that no amount of business success could ever replace. Lila, he said gently, kneeling to her level, I want to make sure your mom never has to worry about medicine or food again. Her eyes widened. Really? You'll stay? I will. He smiled, feeling a warmth he had never known. I promise. Clara placed her hand over his. Thank you, she whispered, tears of relief and happiness glistening in her eyes. Not just for the money, but for coming back. For being here. For the first time, Ethan understood the meaning of true responsibility, not contracts or CEO's meetings, but love, care, and presence. He realized that being wealthy didn't just mean money, it meant having the power to create change, to protect, and to nurture the people who mattered most. Over the following weeks, Ethan helped repair their home, ensured Clara's health improved, and spent countless hours with Lila, learning what it meant to be a father. Lila thrived in ways Ethan never imagined. She smiled brighter, laughed louder, and spoke with confidence, knowing her father was finally there. As they sat together one evening, watching the sunset paint the sky, Ethan whispered, I may have missed the start, but I'm here now. And I'm never leaving. Lila hugged him tightly, her small voice full of hope. Family is the greatest treasure, right? Ethan nodded, heart full. Yes, sweetheart. The greatest treasure of all. And in that quiet moment, they realized that love, forgiveness, and compassion could transform lives more than any fortune ever could.